Welcome to Daily with Doc and Becca. This program is for educational purposes only. The statements in this program have not been evaluated by the FDA. The content is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any diseases, nor is it intended to take the place of your primary care physician. Testimonials are shared as individual experiences of the individual sharing their testimony. Results vary and may not be typical. We do not make any claims regarding health or income. As an empowered individual, you do have options available. We are honored to have a founding father of the science of epigenetics guiding us with the best options to obtain or maintain optimal health, Dr. Joel Wallach. Welcome to Daily with Doc and Becca. This program is for educational purposes only. The statements in this program have not been evaluated by the FDA. The content is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any diseases, nor is it intended to take the place of your primary care physician. Testimonials are shared as individual experiences of the individual sharing their testimony. Results vary and may not be typical. We do not make any claims regarding health or income. As an empowered individual, you do have options available. We are honored to have a founding father of the science of epigenetics guiding us with the best options to obtain or maintain optimal health, Dr. Joel Wallach. We are ready. Hello. Welcome to Daily with Doc and Becca. Let's make sure we're letting everybody from the waiting room into the live Zoom, as this is a live meeting where we are honored and excited to welcome 2025 with a questions and answers segment with Pharmacist Fridays on Daily with Doc. Now, my name is Becca Dukes, and I am of course, the hostess and the producer of this show, but I'm also the Director of Student Services for the Institute of Holistic Health and a leader within the community that is in training. We're training and empowering individuals to take a look at root causes. Those root causes being what is actually causing us to be so stinking sick. And I love the fact that we have been guided with the research in connecting the dots that when there were nutritional deficiencies, specific diseases occurred to the sound of over 900 poor health conditions directly being linked to a nutritional deficiency. So folks, think about it. 900 different specific symptoms. And it's a simple nutritional deficiency. And in some deficiencies, there's multiple conditions because of that deficiency. So if you correct a deficiency, what's going to happen, folks? You're going to start feeling better. And that's what this program is all about. Now, if you were invited by somebody specific, make sure that you get back with them. They cared enough about you to take the time to share this program with you, because they know for a fact that there's going to be a tidbit, a golden nugget within it that's going to help you rewrite your health journey and make that needed new U-turn if it's going down the wrong path. So welcome, welcome, welcome. This program is being sponsored by dailywithdoc.com. And you can find more information about who we are and the individuals who are really behind this movement, especially Dr. Joel Wallach, who has been very instrumental in the founding of epigenetics, in making sure nutrients are put into baby formulas and prenatal vitamins, so that we can reduce birth defects, folks, so that we can reduce the occurrences of young demise. And that holds true today. And when our food sources are not providing the nutrition, we've got to be intentional in making sure our bodies have what they need to not just survive, but thrive. Now, today we have pharmacist Ben Fuchs. Pharmacist Ben Fuchs is one of my favorite buddies, as he is taking his knowledge from pharmacy and also taking that bit of those classes that aren't taught in regular medical school to medical doctors. And that goes deeper into the nutrition and looking at some of the common sense facts of how nutrition can affect our lives. Now, he emphasizes the connection between overall health, skin health, and linking them to the nutrition. And I love his holistic perspective, as we're going to learn more about the understanding of how nutrition and lifestyle factors influence not just what we feel on the inside, but what we feel on the outside as well. So help me welcome to the screen pharmacist Ben Fuchs. And folks, if you're here live with us and you have a question for pharmacist Ben, make sure that you raise your hand early. We do have a hard stop today, so raise your hand. We're going to be doing some quick fire questions and answers. We have some questions, but pharmacist Ben, thank you so much for joining us here, and Happy New Year, my friend.
Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you. Let's make this a year of health and vitality and wellness and commitment. Most importantly, commitment. You know, one of the reasons I think that we're dealing with this health crisis that we have, and you were so eloquent about talking about the nutritional deficiency aspect of it, is because we're missing one key element when it comes to restoring ourselves back to health if we're sick, or maintaining our health and increasing or improving our longevity if we're already healthy. And that is willingness, the desire to do it. And it seems like if you're sick, you're going to want to do anything you can do to try to get better. But for some reason, and I believe there's these ulterior motives that get in the way, we get distracted for some reason, and we don't want to do what it takes. Well, our message is that it's very simple. All you have to do is want it. If you want it, we can do the rest. We can tell you exactly what to do, because it's in the human body's nature to heal. The human body, from the tissues to the organs, from the organs to the tissues to the cells, are programmed to regenerate and to heal. The body you have today is not the body you had yesterday or the day before or the week before or the month before. It's constantly changing from an atomic level. You have a 2025 edition, a 2024 edition, a 2023 edition to your body. And if you are dealing with a health challenge that's not going away, you're probably falling for what Albert Einstein defined as the definition of insanity, which is
doing the same thing over and over
again and expecting different results. So two things. If you're out there listening on YouTube or Rumble, or you're on this Zoom call and you're dealing with a health challenge, please understand from a belief, from a mental level, it's possible to regenerate. I was just reading yesterday or a couple days ago how they discovered the brain cells regenerate. They discovered that pancreatic cells, when you have type 1 diabetes, regenerates. We know that the body has a built-in capacity to heal and renew itself, and you have to look no further than your skin when you cut yourself to observe this healing mechanism in action. So if you have a chronic health disease, whether it's an autoimmune disease or a blood sugar issue, metabolic issue, whatever it is, it's in the body's nature to heal if you do something different. If you don't, you're going to get and expecting different results. You're literally insane. But if you do something different, if you start today to incorporate the strategies we talk about on Daily with Doc every week, that you talk about every day on Daily with Doc, including using the Healthy Start Pack, Healthy Blood Sugar Pack, Healthy Bone and Joint Pack, etc., as well as exercising, breathing, reducing your calories, using mental and emotional strategies, plugging into spirituality. We have a whole host of mechanisms that we can incorporate into our lives to begin the healing process immediately, because it's not only in the human body's nature to heal, but it's even better than that. To me, this is the greatest gift that God or the divine force gave us, and that is that the sicker we are, the faster we turn it around. The more nutritionally deficient we are, the faster our body absorbs the nutrients. As anybody who's lost weight, Becca, you know, you lost a lot of weight a few years ago, and I lost a lot of weight a few years ago. Those first pounds, they drop off the easiest. It's the last few pounds where you're just carving and sculpting that's the hardest. If you're 100 or 50 or 20 or 10 pounds overweight, it's the first pounds that come off easiest. When you're nutritionally deficient, and this is a secret weapon that we have at Longevity, as soon as you put nutrients into your body, you feel better, because most of us are so nutritionally deficient that the body is like a dry sponge ready to suck up water. Obviously, a dry sponge sucks up more water than a wet sponge. And our bodies, for most of us, present company excluded, certainly most of our friends and family, most of the people, our neighbors, most of the people in the United States and around the world are in a dry sponge condition, so that they'll suck up those nutrients fast, rapidly. That's why, as you all know, if you're doing longevity, people do Beyond Tang and Tangerine. They say, I can't believe it. It's this is the most common comment that people get when they start Beyond Tang and Tangerine. Now, Beyond Tang and Tangerine happens to be an exquisitely formulated product that's nutrient dense and it's liquid and it goes to work, but all the supplements are like that. As soon as you put nutrients into a body that's deficient of nutrients, the human body will suck them up like a dry sponge sucks up water. So for anybody who's dealing with a chronic degenerative disease, if you're willing, we can help you turn it around and turn it around quickly. And even if you're not sick, if you just want to stay, if you're healthy, you want to stay that way. If you're young and you don't want to be dealing with a degenerative disease like your grandparents or like your parents are dealing with, if you just are interested in spending more time on planet Earth in a human body, we can help you do that as well. And I know we talk to people who are ill because that's a little bit more serious than people who are just trying to increase their longevity or maintain their health, but everybody benefits from these nutritional supplements because they're super well formulated, they're nutritionally dense, and they come as a system. As Doc often says, it's not just one supplement, it's a system that you want to incorporate. And that's why when you use the word holistic to talk about me, it's the greatest compliment you can give, because it is holistic, it is integrated, it does involve an entire spectrum of nutrition, macronutrition and micronutrition. It does involve spiritual, mental, and emotional strategies as well as physical strategies. That's what we're about at Longevity. And bonus, if you're looking to make a little extra money or even make a lot of extra money, we are looking for business builders. If you're looking to make a little extra money or even a lot extra money and you like helping people, we're looking for business builders. If you're looking to make a little bit of money or a lot of extra money, if you're looking to start a business and you want to enter into the world of health and the world of nutrition, and I know a lot of people are fascinated by vitamins and minerals and nutrients and how they all work together to help people get healthy, we are looking for business builders, and we want you to sign up and join our team. Call Rebecca or AJ or myself or whoever invited you, as Becca often says. We can help you build your business so you can help other people. We can help you help other people. And that's really what it's all about. I talked to a friend of mine today. He's a pharmacist and he's been depressed for a while. And he called me up today and he said, you know what, Ben, I've been depressed for a long time. I think I'm just going to end it all. You know, and this is a guy I've known for a long time. And he says, I don't want you to talk me out of it. I just think I'm going to end it all. And I started talking to him and I realized this person, pharmacist, makes reasonably good money, good family, just really depressed. I realized this person doesn't have a purpose. doesn't have a raison d'etre, a reason for existence. And that's really what's missing when you're depressed. That's really what's missing when you feel like you want to give it up. Well, guess what? Longevity can give you a purpose. The greatest purpose there is, which is to help your fellow man. As it says in the Bible, Hosea 4:6, which I quote almost every time I'm on this program, my people perish for lack of knowledge. What we're about at Longevity is giving you, so you can give your friends and your family members and your loved ones, etc., knowledge. This can be our purpose, to give people knowledge, to help get people out of the morass that they're in. And so many people, in fact, probably people on this call or who are watching on YouTube or Rumble, wherever you're watching, can understand that. We have this sense of, we don't feel like we're here for something, for some reason. Just look at your fellow man and understand that what you can bring them with knowledge can give you a sense of purpose in your life. And that's why I do what I do. That's what Becca does, what she does. That's what Dr. Wallach has done for decades, and everybody who's in Longevity does, is we help people have better lives. And I encourage everybody to make that your purpose. That's why we're all here on planet Earth. And there's nothing more satisfying than helping other people have a great day, as well as a great body, as well as great health.
Absolutely. What he said. And you're talking about the sponge, and when we're deficient, our body's going to hold on to the bad stuff or whatever it can get.
Right. That's right. Toxicity.
The toxicity. Right. And I think that's what helped me that's where I was when I first found Longevity, with everything that I had going on, is, 268 pounds. And in my first 3 months, I lost 20 pounds. I wasn't even trying. I was just tired of the headaches. I was tired of the pain. I was tired of being depressed. And when you mentioned that purpose, I started feeling the difference within me, which then lit that fire of purpose to help share it with others. And it's just been a great 8 years now. It's crazy to visualize that it's been that long, but time has flown by. And I'm super excited that for the last more than 4 years, we've been doing a show and helping others realize that it is within your power, not in a bottle of chemicals or something that's handed to you over a counter, that can really make a difference. And I was able to give up 13 of those bottles over that counter that were just causing more and more toxicity. So folks, we do invite you to feel the difference. Feel the difference that complete absorbable nutrition offers. Now, and for those of you who, hey, maybe this is something I can do. Absolutely, it's something you can do. So get back with the person that shared this program with you. They are your first and primary point of contact. If you are here all on your own, found this by yourself, listening to the replay, wherever you are at, and you don't have anybody that has shared with you anything about Dr. Wallach, Pharmacist Ben, Longevity, or what you can do about your own health that relates or linked you to us, give us a call at 855-949-3377. And one of my team of certified holistic health coaches are there to help you figure out what it is that may be missing from your own health and nutrition, and also to help you get started with that purpose. So lots of questions coming in, Pharmacist Ben.
Yay.
We've got some hands going up. Verna, you're so sweet. Can't imagine me being 268 pounds. Yeah, I'm going to do some more before and after pictures and tell somebody's shaking my head. No, shaking his head. No. Okay, not today. So lots of questions.
Yes.
First question.
Well, are the people there asking the questions, or is it just one?
So this is a question that has come in from not within this, but this individual I do believe is here. the question is it possible to lose fat at all before hypothyroid issues get resolved?
Well, hypothyroid issues get resolved gradually. So yes, you can definitely lose weight as you're correcting your thyroid. Thyroid, as you probably know, as everybody probably knows, controls what they call metabolism, which is the speed. It's not exactly that, but we'll call it for our purposes here the speed and the rate of biochemical reactions in the cell. Think of thyroid hormone as your foot on the gas pedal. So when you're not making thyroid hormone, everything slows down. Thyroid hormone speeds things up. In fact, hyperthyroidism, which is also an autoimmune disease, like most hypothyroidism is marked by really rapid metabolism. You sweat, your blood pressure goes high, you have anxiety, you can't sleep, you're totally jittery, you get muscle twitching, your eyes pop out of your head. All these are signs of too much thyroid hormone. Too little thyroid hormone has the opposite effect. It just slows everything down, including metabolism, so obviously you gain weight. As you're correcting your thyroid, your weight will drop. Your pounds will drop. You'll lose weight. So it's kind of like you dial this, you turn this dial up and this dial goes down. You're doing it simultaneously. So to answer your question, yes, but you got to do it. You got to do them both at the same time. You got to maintain your hypothyroid or your thyroid, your hypothyroid strategies or anti-hypothyroid strategies, and you'll lose weight as you're doing that. Now, I should tell you, and this is really important. Do you know, quick digression, the #1 best-selling drug every year is thyroid medicine. How ironic is that? And yet everybody's hypothyroid. In fact, hypothyroidism, as Dr. Broda Barnes wrote in a book called Hypothyroidism, the Hidden Illness, or the Unsuspected Illness back in the 1970s or 1980s, is an epidemic. It's everywhere. And that's diagnosed. There's a lot of people who have hypothyroidism and they're not diagnosed. In fact, you don't even need to get diagnosed for hypothyroidism. If you have any other health challenge, you can assume that you're hypothyroid because that's the jumping off point from the triangle of disease, as we've talked about a lot. But here's the problem. The thyroid gland is responsive to the adrenals, the blood sugar system, and the digestive system. And what's more, the thyroid regulates digestion and regulates blood sugar. So once you are, if you're hypothyroid, you can't deal with the thyroid by itself. You got to work backwards at the level of the adrenal glands, the level of metabolic syndrome or blood sugar system, and the digestive system in order to affect the thyroid. And if you don't work on the thyroid, your digestion will get worse, your blood sugar will get worse, your adrenal health will get worse, and that will cause more hypothyroidism, which of course will get you more digestive problems and more dysglycemia or messed up blood sugar and more adrenal problems. And this is the downward spiral of disease that most people are dealing with when they have a chronic degenerative disease. And there's hundreds of millions of people. Do you know that 1 out of 2 Americans over the age of 40 are dealing with at least one chronic degenerative disease? Many of them 2 or more. This is craziness. People, this is utter craziness, what we're going through. And the medical model is not equipped to help. And this is not a knock on doctors. Doctors do great things with surgery. If you break your leg, you want a surgeon to repair it. The Mighty 90 essential nutrients are not going to put your leg together. But for not 80% of our health challenges, which are chronic degenerative diseases, it's not a medical issue. It's a lifestyle issue. This is what I'm going to put on my gravestone. This is I want my legacy to be. Our health challenges are not medical. And if we go to the doctor when we have psoriasis or high blood pressure or dysglycemia, messed up blood sugar, or arthritis or an autoimmune disease, we have drank the Kool-Aid. We've been infected by a mind virus that doesn't care about us, that just wants to spread. The good news, that's the bad news. The good news is we can do this all ourselves. So yes, you can lose weight as you're working on your thyroid issues, but you can't work on the thyroid directly. You've got to work on the digestive system and the blood sugar system and then the adrenal glands. And this is really important because another one of my messages is that health is simple. What is the main disease that smart people suffer from? AJ? Overthinkitis. We overthink. We overthink. So I have the triangle of disease. I thought that would simplify everything. The 3 points of bodily breakdowns. I've shrunk it down to the line of
Line.
disease, the
The
line of
line.
disease. And that's the digestive system and the blood sugar system, which should make perfect sense because the body's main role is to take food and turn it into energy. And the digestive system takes food and turns it to energy in big chunks. And the blood sugar system takes food and turns it to energy in small pieces, quantum, in the tiniest of levels. At the macroscopic level, the digestive system is our energy, is the way we get energy from food. And from a microscopic or nanoscopic or quantum perspective, smallest perspective, the blood sugar system is where food gets turned into energy. And if you want to boil down the problems that we're dealing with into a couple simple steps, it's toxicity that comes into the bloodstream through the digestive tract in combination with a lack of nutrition, in combination with a flood of energy. We are flooded with energy that we cannot use. It's like trying to drink water out of a fire hose. We're being flooded with energy at every turn because you see, the body didn't always have a lot of energy. So it evolved to seek out energy and to reward energy, the input of energy into the body with pleasure. So from an evolutionary perspective, when we put energy into our body, we get pleasure. We feel good. Neurochemicals, brain chemicals associated with reward are upregulated when calories come into the system, regardless of whether we can use those calories or not. As soon as calories get into the system, regardless of whether they can be used, we feel good. That's why we eat Ben & Jerry's, or Haagen-Dazs, or French fries, or McDonald's hamburgers, or potato chips, foods that have absolutely zero benefit that animals wouldn't even eat. Mm-hmm. Even insects won't eat. That's why they can sit on your shelf. They can sit on a supermarket shelf for months or for years because nothing wants to eat them. We can subsist on those foods even if we're not getting nutrients from those foods because we feel happy when we eat those foods. When you have a tub of Ben & Jerry's, you take that spoon, you put it into that Ben & Jerry's, and you raise it up to your mouth. For that second that Ben & Jerry's is coming into your mouth, the world is perfect. Your husband, your wife, the New World Order, your taxes, your job, your kids, nothing matters. As that Ben & Jerry's is coming into your mouth, the world is a beautiful place. And then you eat that Ben & Jerry's, and all of a sudden, there's your husband again. There's your wife again. There's my kids again. So what do? You go back into the Ben & Jerry's, and you raise that spoon in your mouth, and once again, everything is right in the world. As you raise that Ben & Jerry's to your mouth, and you eat that Ben & Jerry's, and all of a sudden, there's your darn husband again. He won't go away. So you go back and have more Ben & Jerry's. In fact, when you run out of the Ben & Jerry's, you'll rip the cardboard and lick the Ben & Jerry's off the side of the cardboard to get rid of your husband and your wife and your kids and your problems because we get happy. And food manufacturers leverage that and take advantage of that. Ben & Jerry's is not your friend. McDonald's is not your friend. Chick-fil-A is not our friends. These are the enemies. They should be, as you're driving by the Golden Arches, we should be giving them the finger. Drive by, not drive through. They hate us. They want us sick. And that's the way we have to look at this. The people who are feeding us, the big food, as they say, which is in bed with big pharma, doesn't care about us any more than a virus cares about us. It just wants to spread. And Ben & Jerry's just wants to spread. I'm only picking on Ben & Jerry's. It could be McDonald's. It could be Haagen-Dazs. It could be Snickers bars. It could be this entire way this entire food supply that we've constructed. Do you know there's not a single thing in the supermarket today in the year 2024 that existed in the year 1924 or 1824? It's an entirely corrupted food supply that has been technologically modified to hit your sweet spots, to hit our sweet spots. How does it feel to have your strings pulled? Our strings are being pulled like we're a puppet. Every time we drive through McDonald's or Chick-fil-A or Taco Bell or any of those places, it's like we're a marionette and our puppet masters are pulling us. That's the kind of attitude you want to have. Every time you see a smiley Ronald McDonald or kid or whatever kind of advertisement they have, we have to see them as not our friends. They're not here for to help us. So just working on the input of energy, how we input energy into the body, you can go a long way towards making yourself healthier. And this is why micronutrient supplementation is so important. And real quick, let me say this. We have to distinguish between macronutrition and micronutrition if we're going to understand how to leverage nutrients in the body. Macronutrients are the nutrients, the components of food, we'll say, that give you calories, that give you energy, protein, fats, and carbohydrates. And we get lots of those. We get lots of energy in our food. But the micronutrients, this was Dr. Wallach's brilliant insight. One of the most brilliant insights in the world of healthcare that's ever been made. And this idea that it's the micronutrients that are missing. The micronutrients are what deliver the energy to the cells. Without the micronutrients, you just get the energy, but you can't use it. We're the starving obese because we're micronutrient deficient. And that's why getting on a micronutrient supplement program, like the Healthy Start Pack or the Healthy Blood Sugar Pack or the Healthy Brain and Heart Pack or any of the longevity supplements, is so darn important.
Absolutely. And, you know, whenever we talk, going real quick back to thyroid, we've got lots of questions. When we think about thyroid, mainstream just thinks iodine. It's more than iodine.
It's way more than iodine. In fact, iodine doesn't help your thyroid gland at all. Iodine is the active ingredient for thyroid hormone. If your thyroid gland is not functional, taking iodine is not going to help. Now, if you have an iodine deficiency, and a lot of people do have an iodine deficiency, and this is another issue I'll talk about here in a second. If you have an iodine deficiency, iodine will help if your thyroid is functional. But the key is to get your thyroid functional. The major cause of hypothyroidism is Hashimoto's thyroiditis, which is an autoimmune disease of the thyroid, which follows digestive health issues and dysglycemia or blood sugar issues and adrenal issues. So just taking iodine is not going to help. You got to work backwards in the triangle of disease. But you raise a very interesting point that I want to touch on, and that's this idea of subclinical deficiency. Subclinical means you're not sick enough to go to the clinic, the hospital, the doctor, but you're not maximally healthy.
Right.
Because we dose ourselves, and by we I mean the general public and our health authorities, dose ourselves with nutrients based on a disease-preventing standard, which we call the RDAs, many of us, if not most of us, are leaving health on the table. Because while the RDAs will keep you from having a deadly disease, they're not enough to keep you optimally healthy. So while a speck of iodine from your iodized salt will keep you from getting a big old goiter, it's not enough to keep your thyroid hormone running to the point where you're optimally healthy. So we're leaving health on the table. We're leaving longevity on the table because we're going by the RDAs, and it's not just us as the general public. It's our medical professionals, our healthcare professionals, who to this day say all you need is a multivitamin. And it's another one of Doc's insights, is this idea that you can't get by on the RDAs. The RDAs are there to keep you ridiculously deprived, which is why I call it the ridiculous deprivation allowance. It's there to keep you barely alive. If you're happy being barely alive, then go to the doctor and take your drugs and take your multiple vitamin. But if you want optimal health, maximal health, if you want incredible longevity, if you want to feel great every morning when you get up out of bed, which is really our birthright, you need to have maximum doses of nutrients. And for the most part, they're non-toxic. You can take as much as you want, especially when it comes to plant-derived minerals and water-soluble vitamins.
Okay, so here's the next question. Has to do with the thyroid as well. How can we get off of levothyroxine after?
You work backwards. You work backwards. Remember, don't overthink this, you guys. 2 points. 2 points. There's nobody who's hypothyroid that does not have a digestive problem. Nobody. There's nobody who's hypothyroid that does not have a metabolic issue. Nobody. And there's nobody that's hypothyroid that does not have some kind of adrenal duress. Nobody. So you work backwards. You start with digestive system. Start with the digestive system. Something as simple as eating less food. Do you know every study that's ever been done on longevity shows that calorie restriction increases longevity? When you stop eating, inflammatory factors drop. When you stop eating, or reduce your calories, we'll say, your body secretes energy chemicals, molecules that give you lots of energy called ketones. This is what the ketogenic diet is about. Calories represent work, just like your iPhone. You know, in the summertime here in Colorado, it gets really hot. Sometimes I'll leave my iPhone on my car seat when I'm driving, and I'll go to make a phone call, and it's off. The iPhone turns off because the sun from the window hits the iPhone. If your computer runs hot, it'll burn out. If your car engine runs out, it'll burn. Machinery doesn't like to run hot, and the body, our biology is solid state electronics. We're a bioelectrical system, and heat is the enemy. Calories comes from the word calor. What does calor mean? Heat. A calorie is a unit of heat. So the more calories you put in your body, the hotter it runs. The hotter it runs, the faster it burns out. And before it burns out, the hotter it runs, the faster you burn through nutrients. So reducing your calories, something as simple as that, can go a long way towards improving your health challenges, reducing inflammation, increasing your longevity. Intermittent fasting, caloric restriction. These are all ketogenic diet. These are all powerful strategies for helping your thyroid, keeping your blood sugar stable. Metabolic syndrome, as you know, is part and parcel of hypothyroidism, part and parcel of Alzheimer's dementia, part and parcel of autoimmune diseases. So reducing your intake of fast-burning sugars. And if you want to hack into your intake of fast-burning sugars and calories to get to the first point in the triangle of disease, get yourself on a micronutrient supplement program. One of the most common comments people make about the Beyond Tangy Tangerine and the Healthy Start Pack and the general nutritional supplements is as soon as they start taking it, what happens? They don't feel hungry as much. Yeah. They eat less food. They lose weight. Why? Because they're making more efficient use out of their calories. So restricting your calories, reducing your intake of fast-burning sugars is a super fast way to help your thyroid. And one of the easiest ways to do that without really a lot of willpower is to get yourself on a micronutrient supplement program like the Beyond Tank, like the Healthy Start Pack and all the other wonderful systems we have.
Yeah, and if you've got lots of things already going on, you probably want to go with the Brain and Heart Pack because it does meet a lot of those nutritional deficiencies, or the Bone and Joint Pack, or the Blood Sugar Pack, or the Digestion Pack. I think Digestion Pack needs to be like the foundation.
I agree. I absolutely agree.
All right. So next question, Pharmacist Ben. Verna says, please give me a simple, easy detox recipe. I know I can use microbiome and detox tea. What about the meals during a detox? I know good foods, bad foods, any foods that should be eliminated during detox. Now,
yeah, as long as you have a problem with vegetables, and some people, vegetables are not benign. People do have problems with vegetables. Vegetables, like any other living entity, plants want to live. And so they secrete chemicals that punish the eaters of those chemicals, these things called lectins, which have become somewhat well known in the last few years. So as long as you don't have a problem with vegetables, vegetable juices. Get yourself a Vitamix, make veggie juices. Veggie juices are incredibly detoxifying. They're important for the liver, and they're very filling, and of course, they're very nutrifying. By the way, plant-derived minerals are nature's premier detoxifiers. Plant-derived minerals, like in the Beyond Tangy Tangerine or the Mineral Toddy, plant-derived minerals are detoxifying. So making sure you're getting your plant-derived minerals and using your Beyond Tangy Tangerine, using vegetable juices. Water is also very detoxifying. Water helps flush things out of your system. And then breathing is also detoxifying. So making sure that you're practicing slow, deep breathing. And because toxicity is stored in fat, losing body fat can also have a detoxifying effect, even though initially you may get a little bit of toxicity as you lose that body fat. Over the course of time, the more body fat you lose, the faster your body will detox. Were you going to say something?
Yes. Now you mentioned the Vitamix. The one thing about the Vitamix is it's taking all of the whole vegetable and keeping it in there. It's just blending it. So it's not filtering out the fiber, right?
Yes. That's why I like the Vitamix better than a juicer, or even better than an ordinary blender, because you get the fiber. And the fiber also is detoxifying. The fiber is also very important for for the digestive system, for helping clean things out of the body. And fiber is also very important for female health because estrogen, which is a whole nother story, sticks to fiber. Estrogen is one of the reasons why people have excess body fat. Estrogen is a weight gain hormone, in addition to being revving up cells, making cells divide really fast and activating the system. Getting rid of estrogen is also very important, and fiber will help you do that as well.
All right, perfect. Let's go to the next hand that is up. And Lisa, go ahead and unmute yourself. Hi, Lisa, can you unmute yourself?
Hi.
Hi, what question do you have for Pharmacist Ben today?
I typed it in there. I had did an interview before, and Doc told me to get the tangy tangerine. I see you have the 2.0 and the 2.5. What is the difference? And also, you do offer it in a pill formula. Is one better?
The pink formula?
The pill.
Pill formula.
A pill. Is one better than the other, or
liquids? One of the beautiful things about Beyond. Yeah, one of the beautiful things about Beyond Tangy Tangerine is it's liquid, so it goes right to work. It works really fast.
That was the question.
Yeah, you don't get that benefit with the pills.
Okay, so it was that one. But what's the difference between the 2.0 and the 2.5? And also,
the 2.5 is an advanced version. I think the 2.5 has methylating agents. I use the 2.5.
And what does that do, the methylating agents?
For people who can't methyl, and don't quote me on that, Becca, is that true that there's more methylating agents in the 2.5, correct?
Yes.
It's methylated. So methyl is a very interesting compound that activates things. If you don't have your nutrients pre-methylated for you, your body has to methylate them, and some people can't methylate as effectively. So the 2.5 is pre-methylated. The 2.0 and the 2.5 are pretty much the same. For most people, the 2.0 and the 2.5 are going to be pretty much the same. I prefer the powder to the pills, even though the pills are a little more convenient probably, because a lot of the nutrients work in liquid. And by the way, if you have your Beyond Tangy Tangerine and you put in a blender with water, you'll electrify the liquid. The combination of the minerals plus water in a blender creates a vortex which generates electrical charges. So when you drink water, when you take your Beyond Tangy Tangerine in liquid and spin it around in a blender, you get an electrification effect that you don't get with the tablets. So I'm a fan of the liquid more than the tablets, even though it's not quite as
all right. And then the other question, I'm glad you mentioned earlier, the RDA, because I know that they only put on the minimal that you need to like survive there. If I take the Tangy Tangerine and the Healthy Brain and Heart Pack, I mean, it's not like it's overdoing vitamins.
No.
I've taken like a vitamin B complex before, and that I don't feel good when I take that.
Well, hang on to that thought. Hang on to that.
Okay.
There's, I don't like to say the most important, but our case could be made that the B complex is the most important, not only the most important nutritional element that we could put in our body, but deficiencies of the B complex may be the most important reason why we're not as healthy as we should be. The B complex is phenomenally important, and there's no way to overdose on it.
Okay.
Your body will flush it out. It's water soluble. So when you say I didn't feel good when the Beyond Tank or when I took the B complex,
no, it wasn't yours. It wasn't yours.
It doesn't matter if it's ours or anybody. When you say
I just didn't know why that would happen. Like with
I don't know why that would happen. So I was about to tell you, I don't know why that would happen. I would have to see something else. There's no way that you can not. You shouldn't feel. You should feel better when you take the B complex. To say I was worse, so I want to see what was in the formula. Was it just the B complex? I'd want to see what you were taking because you should feel better with the B complex, not worse.
Right.
The B complex. You hear a lot about these days about mitochondria, right?
Yes.
Mitochondria are little structures. The story of mitochondria is really fascinating, by the way. I'm not going to tell you about it now, but someday I could tell you. It's a really amazing story. The mitochondria are so phenomenally nanostructured that to me, that's proof of God, proof of the divine force. They're, if you think a cell or you think the body is exquisitely structured and choreographed and regulated, the mitochondria are beyond belief. How intricate and how technically involved they are. That's where energy gets made. That's where food gets turned into energy. The mitochondria run on the B vitamins. Without the B vitamins, you can't run your mitochondria. When I was talking about how we're the starving obese, how we get lots of calories, but we don't get the nutrients that carry the that carry that energy or carry the energy from the calories into the body. For usability, I'm mostly talking about the B complex of vitamins. And it's ironic because the B complex are found everywhere. We should never be deficient in the B complex because everything, every animal, every plant, every yeast, every bacteria, everything that's alive is producing the B complex at the cellular level. Human cells can't really make the B complex. That's why they're considered essential nutrients, but bacteria in our gut can make the B complex.
Yes.
So it's hard to imagine how you could feel worse with the B complex. I'd want to see the entire formula.
Well,
So then one thing about it is if those B vitamins were not methylated, which are some of the things that are a key
You won't be able to
factor
use them.
okay.
you won't be able to use them, and
Yeah,
that could be.
it could have been the brand. I mean, it was a good name brand from the
I would
health
want to
food
see the
store,
entire formula before
yeah,
we jump to a
okay.
conclusion.
Yeah.
All right,
Thank you.
thanks.
Another thing I wanted to mention, and
Yes.
Lisa, I would recommend the 2.5 for you, but the Beyond Tangy Tangerine is in the brain and heart pack. It's part of that system.
Okay. So I can just do a brain and heart pack and it has a tangy tangerine in it.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Then I
Yes.
can call and order that.
Awesome. Fantastic.
you.
Thank you so much. That's a great question. So thank you so much for bringing that question to today's show.
Thank you.
Let's go to AJ. AJ, what question do you have for Pharmacist Ben
Hello,
today?
AJ.
Pharmacist Ben, Happy New Year.
Thank you. Happy New Year to you. You're looking
I'm
wonderful
gonna-
as always.
I'm gonna try and rapid fire
Uh-oh.
some of these YouTube questions.
Yes.
The first one you touched on briefly when you talked about the plane of disease.
The plane of disease. That's right.
And mind you, it is the plane of disease, sir.
Yeah.
But dementia. Can you talk about how to prevent and what, if you have it, what nutritionally can we do?
So much you could do. So much you could do. First of all, dementia is after the triangle of disease. So hypothyroidism is behind dementia, as is metabolic issues, dysglycemia. You notice I say dysglycemia rather than diabetes, by the way.
Messed up blood sugar.
Yeah, dys, the prefix dys means dysfunctional or messed up. Glyce means sugar. Emia means in the blood. Dysglycemia, messed up blood sugar, messed up sugar in the blood. The reason this is an important distinction to make is because diabetes is an arbitrary distinction that's based on a test score. And this is why people will go to the doctor and have all the symptoms of metabolic syndrome, including dementia, and messed up blood sugar. And the doctor will say, oh, your blood sugar is normal. Right? But they have all the symptoms. It's the same thing with the thyroid. They'll say, oh, well, your thyroid's normal. The reason is normal is a statistical algorithm. Statistics have nothing to do with individuals. Statistics are for groups. That's why Mark Twain said the three lies are lies, damn lies, and statistics. When we try to apply statistics to individuals, we make bad decisions because statistics do not take into account individuals. They're about groups. They're about making decisions for large groups, but individuals do not benefit from those do not necessarily benefit from those decisions for large groups. So the reason I say dysglycemia instead of diabetes is because diabetes is based on a statistic. If you go to the doctor and your blood sugar is at 120 milligrams per deciliter, which means 120 milligrams of sugar per tenth of a liter of blood, he'll say you're diabetic. If you're at 120 milligrams per deciliter, we'll just say 120, forget the units. We'll just say if your score is 120, he'll say you're a diabetic. But if your score is 119.9999999, you're normal. You see how silly this is? But then all of a sudden you jump over by 0.000001, boom, you're diabetic. Boom, you get diabetes medicine. Boom, you're programmed into the computer as a diabetic, and you get to wear a t-shirt and a hat that says I'm a diabetic, and you get diabetic medicine and diabetic insurance and diabetic protocols, and you can join the American Diabetes Association just by going up by 0.00001. But the problem is there's many people who are at 119 and they're almost a diabetic, but they're considered normal. So dysglycemia refers to messed up blood sugar. You don't have to be at 120. You could be at 119 or 118 or 117 or 116. It goes by your symptoms. So I say dysglycemia instead of diabetes. Dementia Alzheimer's dementia. By the way, there's a new thing now. They have EODs. It's a new, they all have these new acronyms all the time for new diseases that you never heard of. Now we have a new one. You know what EOD is? Early onset dementia. Early onset dementia is now, rates of early onset dementia are doubling. Dementia is largely a dysglycemia issue. In fact, Alzheimer's disease is actually called type 3 diabetes. Recently, just this week, I read how there's also a link between intestinal health and Alzheimer's dementia and dementia. By the way,
surprise,
Alzheimer's surprise. Alzheimer's is a specific type of dementia. There's Lewy body dementia, there's Parkinson's dementia, there's Alzheimer's dementia, there's various types of dementia, but they all involve the same pathology, which is destruction via sugar and via toxicity of neurons in the brain, of nerve cells in the brain. So for dementia, triangle of disease, you guys, or the plane of disease, if you don't even want to work on the third point, just work on the plane of disease. Reduce your intake of fast-burning sugars. Get on the healthy blood sugar pack. Particularly, interestingly, one of my favorite longevity products that we don't really talk enough about, in my opinion, is the Ultimate Niacin. The Ultimate Niacin is a key component of what's called the glucose tolerance factor, or GTF. The glucose tolerance factor, the GTF, is a complex of molecules in the body that helps the body process sugar, and niacin, the Ultimate Niacin, is a key component of the glucose tolerance factor, the GTF. Keep that factoid right there, and then add this factoid. Niacin deficiency disease, remember, all these essential nutrients are essential because they'll cause a disease if you don't have them. And remember, you don't have to have, you could be subclinically deficient. That means you can have just a little bit of a disease, or you can have a little bit of symptomology if you're not getting enough. You don't have to have zero, absolutely no Ultimate Niacin in your system. Just a little less Ultimate Niacin in your system will cause the symptoms of a disease called pellagra. Pellagra means rough skin, because one of the things that happens when you have pellagra, niacin deficiency, is your skin gets rough and red and dry and sensitive. How many people out there are dealing with sensitive skin issues, and it's a simple Ultimate Niacin deficiency? Get on the Ultimate Niacin to take care of your rough, dry, sensitive skin. Pellagra also is marked by chronic diarrhea. How many people have loose stools, chronic diarrhea, intestinal problems, leaky gut issues, and all they need is some Ultimate Niacin? Pellagra is also marked by dementia. How many people are forgetful or have problems with anxiety issues or mental health issues of some kind, or schizophrenia even, and all they need is a little Ultimate Niacin? Well, guess what? Dementia is a classic sign of Ultimate Niacin deficiency. And you add that to the fact that niacin is involved in helping your body process sugar, it makes perfect sense. Because dementia, in large part, is a sign of glycation or sugar destruction of the neurons. That's point number one. Get on the healthy blood sugar pack, reduce your calories, and reduce your intake of fast-burning carbohydrates. More fiber, more water, and the healthy blood sugar pack will also help you process sugar, or help dilute your blood sugar. Movement will also help you dilute your blood sugar. Muscle mass will help you dilute your blood sugar. Elderly folks, diabetics, people who are worried about blood sugar issues, people who have dementia issues, mental health issues, build muscle. Muscle is one of the best ways to help your body suck up glucose, suck up sugar. Muscle acts like a glucose sponge. That's why you want to take a walk after you eat, have a heavy calorie or heavy sugar meal. Building muscle, working your muscles, suck sugar out of your blood. And then the next thing is work on your digestive health. Patch up a leaky gut. I-26, we talk about I-26 a lot, but we don't really talk about it for specific health issues. Well, guess what? I-26 is one of the best things you can do for mental health issues, including dementia, which isn't really a mental health issue. It's more like an organic brain issue, but it'll help for that as well. Of course, your nightly essence, and your ultimate microbiome, and your ultimate enzymes, and all the digestive support strategies. First 2 points on the triangle of disease: don't suffer from overthinkitis. Point number one. Point number two, the plane of disease.
Pharmacist Ben, before Becca kicks me off, I want to try and rapid fire. Thank you for that answer. I want to try and rapid fire some of these others. Aaliyah, does Ben, does his skin company have products for kids, or can we use any of his products for kids?
Yeah, I don't like talking about my skincare necessarily. Although if you're looking for great skincare, truthtreatments.com. Kids typically have beautiful skin. Kids are thriving. And the way the system works is when you're young, your body is at its peak. And so the body is designed to build when it's young. That's why you want to pinch your little kids' cheeks. You can't believe how plump and juicy they are. And then you look at grandma, not so much, right? Kids are primed. The body is I know I've said this before, but I'll say it again. The body's like a business. In a business, you're always spending money and you're always making money. It doesn't matter how much you spend, how much you make. It matters what you have left at the end of the day. That's called your bottom line. When you lose money, that's called being in the red. When you make money, that's called being in the black. Spending money is part of being in business. You just want to make more than you're spending. You want to be in the black. You want your bottom line in the black. If you're spending more money than you're making, you can be making millions of dollars, but if you're spending $2 million, you're going to be in the red. It doesn't matter what you make, it matters the bottom line. The body's the same way. It's like a business. The body's constantly building, it's constantly breaking down. We're always breaking down, we're always building. The trick is to build more than you're breaking down. You want your body in the black. As we age, we get in the red. The trick to anti-aging is to go in the black. Kids are automatically in the black. That's the way the system is designed, because nature only cares about procreation. It doesn't care about the individual, it just wants to procreate, and that's why it focuses on youth. So you don't have to worry necessarily about kids and skincare, although our skin starts to break down shockingly early. Do you know by the age of 17 or 18, for many people, their skin is starting to exhibit the signs of aging skin? Certainly by the time you're in your 20s and 30s. So you can catch it prophylactically or preventatively if you're a kid when you're 13 or 14 or 15 by using certain key skincare ingredients. And if you look at my Truth Treatments, as you would expect, if you've ever heard me speak, they're all topical nutritional supplements. That's what my skincare is about. It's about topical nutritional supplements. And yes, kids can benefit as well as older folks, as well as people who are healing from skin issues, wounds, traumas, or skin diseases.
What about individual vitamins like A and E or lecithin made from sunflower oil or fish oil in tiny capsules? Are these acceptable to use?
That's the main source of vitamin. Those are the sources. Now, I think what this person might be getting at is this idea of seed oils, the problems associated with seed oils, which Doc has been talking about for years, and which I've been talking about for years. There is a problem with seed oils, especially when they're heated. However, when you're getting nutrients from seed oils, like vitamin E, sunflower oil is the main source of vitamin E, and fish oil is the main source of vitamin A. Sometimes soy oil is a source of nutrients. You're getting very tiny amounts. That's not the same as eating French fries or frying with oils. You're getting like a drop of oils, and those are nutritional oils. Those are different. That's not the same as seed oils. So I think that's what this person might be getting at is, are they acceptable? Yes, they're definitely acceptable. What you want to avoid, though, is vegetable oils as a food substance. We're not talking about it as a nutritional substance, as a supplement substance. We're talking about it as a food substance. As a food, these vegetables, these seed oils are extremely problematic, particularly when they're heated. And even if you're not heating it, if you're buying them in a supermarket, they've probably already been heated and already been processed. And in addition to the heat, they also use solvents. They're allowed to have certain amounts of solvents in the oils that you're putting on your salad. So there's never a good time to eat sunflower oil or salad oil or any of those kinds of oils. If you're going to do a vegetable oil, which I don't recommend you do, don't heat it and use it fresh and keep it in the refrigerator. But it's best to really avoid them. Stick with butter, in my opinion.
And then the last one that I have, Notorious Steph, what about people who smoke cannabis after a meal? They say it helps them feel better in their gut. Is there anything to that?
Endocannabinoids will help you with your gut. The problem is smoking is one of the worst things a human being can do, maybe the worst thing. Arguably, it's the worst thing, but certainly one of the worst things you could ever do to your body is smoke. So endocannabinoids regulate the digestive system, and they will help you with digestive health issues. They're very anti-inflammatory. And endocannabinoids, these things, we're running out of time here, but we should talk about cannabinoids maybe on our next Daily with Doc. Cannabinoids are part of the fatty system of the body. And as I've said so many times, the fats control inflammation. The inflammatory and anti-inflammatory balance in the body is controlled by fats. Endocannabinoids, endo meaning inside, cannabinoids refers to the type of molecule, as opposed to phytocannabinoids, which are plant cannabinoids, or cannabinoids in general, which is what we call the ingredients in pot and marijuana, are very anti-inflammatory and calming. And this is why people smoke pot. This is why people like to do marijuana. It has a calming effect. But marijuana was actually used as medicine at the turn of the century before it became taboo. All medicine cabinets in the wild west and in the early 1900s had hemp extract. And because hemp extract was kind of like a panacea for any kind of inflammatory or issue or pain issue or anxiety issue or insomnia issue, because it's such a great calming effect. That calming effect also works on the digestive tract.
All
Good man,
right.
Ben.
Thank you, AJ, for bringing those questions in from YouTube. We have, seriously, we have at least 30 more questions, but I know you have a hard stop. We just want to thank you so much for being here with us. And if I could get my co-host team on the screen with us, that'd be great as well. Pharmacist Ben Fuchs, everybody, an amazing individual, a wealth of knowledge, and he is here sharing this information with us.
Hang on, I'll be right there.
Because he cares. So, Pharmacist Ben, thank you again.
God bless you all. Happy New Year. And hey, Coach Rod, good to see you. Albert, Marilyn, Ruth Ellen, Kaylee. I don't think I've seen you before, have I? You got a new helper.
We'll have to introduce you to Kaylee.
All right. Good to see everybody. I'm going to bolt. Bye, everybody.
Now. All right. And did I just mute myself? No. Okay. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining us. I know we had lots of questions of the people here in the room with us that we did not get to, but he did touch on some of the answers, even if it wasn't specifically read or replied to from your question. So I hope you took some notes. Folks, join us Monday through Friday. That might be changing. Here on Daily with Doc, we are here 12 to 1 p.m. Pacific time, 1 to 2 Mountain, 2 to 3 Central, and 3 to 4 Eastern. The great thing about it, you don't have to wait until we have a live show. Go to any of your favorite platforms and search for Daily with Doc and Becca, or even do a Google search or an Alexa search or a Siri search or a Fox. Is it Foxfire? Something search. Your favorite search engine. Search for Daily with Doc and Becca. You're going to find where we're located. And if you have a specific topic that you want to search on, you can include that in the search and it will come up with episodes. As we have, since I've been doing shows, I think we're pushing 700-800 different shows. And we do this for you because we care enough about you. We want to make sure that you get the information you need that is not coming from chemical masking, but actually looking at the root causes that are causing poor health. My name is Becca Dukes. Thank you so much for joining us here. If you'd like to know more about our Certified Holistic Health Coach course, you can do so by going to coach.dailywithdoc.com. Again, that's coach.dailywithdoc.com. Get more information about our Certified Holistic Health Coach course. And as I have on the screen with me, the majority of these individuals are Certified Holistic Health Coaches. We have today my executive production manager, Ruth Ellen Sanchez, who helps us to keep us organized and get all the bits and pieces pulled together so that it goes out to you on the different platforms for anytime review. Thank you so much, Ruth Ellen. We have also Kaylee, the newest member of our team here, helping us with social media and learning the ins and outs so that she can be here as a backup and also learning for herself and sharing with the younger generation. Thank you so much, Kaylee, for being here and blessing us with your skills and knowledge as well. We have Marilyn, who is just a fabulous typist. If you're not here live with us in the chat or in the Zoom and you don't have that chat open, you are missing her divine sprinkling of talent as she is taking and doing transcription of what's being said, putting it into the text so that those who are both audible or visual or hold on to information better if you read it, or you can't take notes fast enough, so you can refer to her notes and she can help you out there. So thank you so much, Marilyn, for all that you do. And I'm so thankful that you're on a good supplement program supporting your bones, joints, tendons, ligaments, because all that typing and repetitiveness, she's able to continue to do what she does because she is on a fabulous program. And we have Albert joining us from South Africa, letting people into the Zoom room, helping to keep an eye on things. Thank you so much, Albert, for all that you do and joining us as it is now 11 p.m., middle of the night, folks. And he believes in the nutrition and the importance of it so much that he shows up every single show. Thank you so much, Albert. And we have Coach Rod, who is helping keep an eye out on all the different platforms and helping us with kind of just the general, making sure everything flows. Thank you so much, Rod, for being there. And we have AJ, who has been instrumental in making sure that we're available on all the different platforms, as we are also working on making that even easier for everybody. He is a great part of what is making us more accessible around the world. So thank you so much, AJ. And do I see that your hand is up? AJ, go ahead and unmute yourself.
Yeah, so there were a lot of questions we didn't get to, so be sure to email us at questions@dailywithdoc.com. And if you want to find out, some of this information on your own, there are plenty of books that you can purchase directly from Dr. Wallach at Wellness Publications. You can call that number 800-755-4656 and inform yourself, empower yourself. If you buy 10 of the same title, you get a discount. Inform your family, inform your neighborhood, get it going, because you can get it direct from Wellness, 800-755-4656. Have a great weekend.
Yes, thank you so much, AJ, as I had this right here, just so that I can make sure I give the right number. Again, Wellness Publication, folks, for Dr. Wallach's books, go 800-755-4656. Everybody have a fabulous rest of this day and weekend, and we will see you next time on Daily with Doc and Becca. Bye for now. Welcome to Daily with Doc and Becca. This program is for educational purposes only. The statements in this program have not been evaluated by the FDA. The content is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any diseases, nor is it intended to take the place of your primary care physician. Testimonials are shared as individual experiences of the individual sharing their testimony. Results vary and may not be typical. We do not make any claims regarding health or income. As an empowered individual, you do have options available. We are honored to have a founding father of the science of epigenetics guiding us with the best options to obtain or maintain optimal health, Dr. Joel Wallach.